Greetings and welcome back to room 303 in our Talks with Walt, as we are calling our readings through the deathbed edition of Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass. We turn now to the little poem, To the Pending Year. This poem published 5 January 1889. This is poem 10 of the 31 of Goodbye, My Fancy. The assumptions here are that you've been following our stuff at learnstrong.net down that left-hand side, Talks with Walt, and that you had some exposure as well to our introductory set of comments for Goodbye, My Fancy, the cluster, and then we just finished with Shipping Crafty Death. Now, our Nortons here will tell us that this one was first published in the Critic magazine newspaper, January 5, 1889, under the title, quote, To the Year 1889. And to that degree now, as we look at this, this is a poem written at the very beginning of the year. What does Whitman have to say? Notice the word pending, which will take us back to Song of Myself 47, right? He says, have I no weapon, word, notice hyphenated, weapon word, which takes us obviously to drum taps for this word, use of weapon, for thee, that is to say the year. Some message brief and fierce. We're going to get 4 of these kind of quasi-rhetorical questions, right? Some message brief and fierce. Fierce obviously taking us to I Sing the Body Electric 5. Have I, and then in parenthetics, have I fought out and done indeed the battle? Question mark. Obviously Christian readers of Whitman's day would know that St. Paul had said, I have fought the good fight, I have run the course, and all of that. I did that. Life is like a battle. Have I fought out and done indeed the battle? Is there no shot left? This takes us right back to the earlier poem about outsailing crafty death. Is there no shot left for all thy affectations, lisps, scorns, manifold sillinesses? Now, silliness here is going to take us back to Song of Myself 13. Not for myself, my own rebellious self in thee. In other words, he says, I'm still wanting to scrap. I'm still wanting to be rebellious, Promethean. And then notice the break, and now the last 3 lines. Down, down, proud gorge, though choking thee, thy bearded throat and high-born forehead to the gutter. Crouch low thy neck to eleemosynary gifts. Only time eleemosynary gets used, of course, is this idea of charitable gifts. In other words, what is the point of this little poem? It's a fascinating poem of defiance. And what is it? Well, at 2a, right? There is always going to be self-doubt. But that self-doubt must be overcome with the act of defiance. The belief there is still more work to be done. At 2b, I love word choice. He just kind of assumes that eleemosynary is going to be a word that most of his readers would understand. And no, obviously most of them wouldn't, and they'd have to run it to ground. At 3a, I can't help but think of Milton's classic sonnet on his blindness, where he has to convince himself that it's important that he learns how to have patience. And you get some of that sense here, as well as the defiance. Finally, at 3b, what was a time that you had to deal with some sense of self-doubt and you stood up to it, maybe as an artist? And is it possible that our study of Leaves of Grass is helping you with that? I certainly hope that's the case. Thank you.